let's take a look at the second exercise. Alright, welcome back to the Java introduction here for Minecraft and Hightail modding, and in this tutorial we're going to be looking at the next exercise. So once again, this tutorial is sort of built in the following way. First of all, I'm going to explain the exercise, what you're supposed to do. Then I'm going to give you 1 or 2 hints. This can all be looked at in the timestamps basically. And then at the end, I will present my solution that I came up with, which isn't necessarily the only solution, but it is one possible solution. And in this exercise, in this tutorial, we actually have a more interesting stuff, and that is an optional harder exercise that is without a solution, actually. So this we're going to talk about, well, when we talk about it, let's first of all start with the exercise A right here. So last time in the first exercise, we have created a trivia game. Now that trivia game was playable, it worked totally fine, and we had 3 questions and 3 answers. This time, however, we should use 5 questions and 5 answers, and those should be saved in an array. So we use arrays to save the questions and the answers. Okay, fair enough. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to create at least 2 methods that make the code more readable and easy to follow. So this is what we've seen in the last tutorial with the methods. If you maybe require a fresh up, on that, take a look at that tutorial. And right here, hint, there's a hint there. Duplicate code can usually be made into methods. So that was something I also mentioned in the last tutorial. And then there's one more bonus right here, and that is you can use an endless while loop with if statements so that the player can basically play, the user can play until they don't want to play anymore. We've seen something actually very similar in the loop tutorial as well. So this now basically requires you to, well, almost use everything that we've been learning up until this point. The arrays, we want to see some methods, at least 2 methods. We want to see an endless while loop for the bonus. And, well, some if statements, of course. Those should be used anyway. And yeah, so that is basically exercise A, which is going to be the thing that I have the solution for. And exercise B is the harder exercise for people who are like, oh, this is really easy. Might be the case. Maybe you're a little bit more advanced already. Totally fine. Create a very simple version of tic-tac-toe. Okay, that's interesting. You can use an array to save the board, so the current state of the board. Think about, what type of data you need to save. You definitely should use methods for this because you will not be able to do it otherwise. And you can use methods to properly print out each row of the actual board. I highly recommend making this a 2-player game because AI is too advanced for the time being, and you will definitely need to use loops here. That is something that you can do. I will not be providing a solution for this for the time being. However, that is something that you can, in your own time or just try out a bunch of stuff. But first of all, I definitely recommend using number A here, exercise 2A. And yeah, let's just try out a bunch of stuff. Take you about, I would say a good hour or so would probably suffice. That would be probably, hopefully, more than enough to really go through this and to understand everything. So I would suggest to pause the video here and we'll see you in the first hint. Alright, so the first hint right here. So, like I said, 5 questions, 5 answers, and they should be saved in arrays. Well, it should be fairly straightforward to do this. We also have a scanner and a points total once again, just so that we have this. That's sort of the first hint right here. This is not something too crazy. However, if you might have struggled with this, no worries whatsoever. So this is how you would basically, well, do this and generate, or rather, save the questions and the answers inside of the arrays. So much for hint number 1. Let's move on to hint number 2. All right, and here is hint number 2. So we already have 2 methods right here, the print question method and the is correct answer method. Now, this is all inside of a for loop right here. And also, by the way, all of the hints are available in the description below as individual gists, so you can basically take a look at them individually without, basically spoiling everything else for you. So that's also kind of important. So you can see a for loop, right, where we print out, well, each of the questions basically in the beginning here, totally fine, okay. Then we take the user's answer with scanner.next, okay. Then we're going to check whether or not the answer is correct with this Boolean method right here, which simply says, hey, is this the user answer equal to the real answer? And if that is the case, then we're going to print out that was correct. We're going to increase the points. We're going to say you have that many points. And if that's not correct, this is incorrect, and this is the correct answer. So that's sort of the next step. And now the real thing would be, well, how can you make this a little bit nicer? So this is almost the entire solution. This is not the correct solution in the sense that that I have completely done. However, you could, take this and maybe try and make this a little bit more nicer to read, right? So this, yeah, okay, I mean, outprint line, okay, we're going to output something, fair enough. But maybe you can make a few methods with this and make a few more methods. And yeah, then the next thing is going to be the solution. All right, here we are at the solution, and this is your last chance, right? If you want to peek, then you will never be able to unsee it. So the solution I have come up with the trivia game is as follows. First of all, we have a while loop. This goes from right up here to down here. The first thing that it does, it prints a title. So if we get on here, you can see all of the methods. I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit. You can see the print title is just the Kaupenjoe trivia. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then it goes into this for loop, which we've seen in hint number 2, where we basically print out the question that we're currently working with. Then we're going to scan in the answer of the user. We're going to say, hey, is this correct? If it is, then we're going to print you had correct, right? This is down here. You had correct. It literally just prints this out, but it is definitely more readable, right? It's like, okay, print you had correct, fair enough, okay. Then we're going to say points are equal to increase points total. This is also a method where we return an integer with just points plus 1. Okay, fair enough. Also very interesting. And we're going to write that back into points, into the points variable here. And then we're going to print out the current points. So obviously, when we take a look at this, you can see I've basically put almost every single instruction into one particular method. This isn't, of course, always necessary. I just wanted you to basically see that this is definitely a little more readable than having the system out, you had a correct answer in here, because if you read print, you had correct, okay, fair enough, and then you increase the points total, makes sense. You can step through this a little bit faster, and that's sometimes, well, basically all you need, especially when you get into more and more advanced or more and more complex stuff, then being able to, well, know what's happening without even taking a look at the methods, right? If I call a method increase points total, then usually there's sort of a, I don't want to say like an unwritten contract, but it sort of is like, if this means increase points total, this increases these points by 1 or however many. So I don't even really need to take a look at this. I sort of have faith in the developer that has made this method that it works. And yeah, and then at the end here, we have the print point total. So we're just going to print out the entire point total, and then it prints out play again, and that is down here. Do you want to play again? Yes or no? And then if you put in a yes, then your points are being reset. Very important here. And then we're continuing with this while loop. And if that's not the case, so if we put in anything but the y, then we're going to break out of the while loop, and we're going to print a goodbye at the very end. That is down here. Thank you very much for playing Kaupenjoe Trivia. So let's just take a look at this. I'm just going to run this. How many states does the USA have? 50, of course. You have 1 point. Let's go. And this is, of course, London. Let's say I make a typo. I accidentally put in a, a comma there. Oh, no, that was the incorrect answer. The correct answer was London. Okay, fair enough. FE, though, I know that one. How high is Mount Everest? That is 8848. And then the question is, what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? I think that it was 42. There it is. You had 4 points. And then do you want to play again? No, I don't want to play again. And then thank you very much for playing Kaupenjoe Trivia. And then the program ends. This is definitely a bit of a more involved example and a bit of a more involved solution. However, once again, try to, you have this available to you. Try to take a look at the code here. Try to understand it, right? Like, I hope that I've been able to communicate a little bit of why I've been using this, why I've been, making basically out of almost everything here methods. like this is definitely not something you would see one-to-one. Like this is probably a little bit too, what would you say? It's probably a little bit too excessive on the method side. However, I actually wanted to sort of get across that, you know, making methods is nothing necessarily bad. You definitely shouldn't make methods for each line. That's a little much. However, if your methods are very small, that's always good. And then you can always think about it like this. Methods can also call other methods, right? So I could make another method, for example, putting these two in here, right? So I can right click on this, say refactor, right? Refactor, and then I could say extract method, and I could call this one the increase, right? The increase, and first of all, it would be starting with a small letter. That's very important. Increase points and output them, right? So something like this. So now, if I middle mouse button click on this, you can see that this actually calls this other method, and this then calls this method, and then returns the point. So pretty crazy stuff. But also, this is not quite what we would need. This would suffice here as well. So in this moment, it's very interesting. Actually, we do want this. That's actually very interesting. So this is something that's very interesting here, right? So you can, of course, have a method that calls other methods that call other methods, and that's sort of how you build this. And now this has become a little bit, you know, like not too much to read. And you could, of course, also take these two and then say, hey, this is the output for correct answer. And then this is inside of there as well. So there's sort of a trade-off, right, usually. But you will just have to get a feel, okay, when should I extract a method, when shouldn't I? I will just go back here because this was my original solution here. It was just an example, basically. And yeah, so that is my solution. Like I said, if yours doesn't match, that's absolutely totally fine. No worries there at all. It's just sort of a template. And then once again, you have the B here, which I will not provide a solution for, just an idea. If you want something to do, that's definitely a little bit harder. So this is definitely, I would say, a more advanced stuff, but with all of the things that you have, you should be able to do this. So this is definitely something that you can do with arrays, with loops, with methods. This should be able to be done. So that's something to be said. Otherwise, it will be this for this tutorial right here. If any questions remain, of course, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I hope you found this useful and you learned something new. If you did, I would, of course, very much appreciate a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials, just like this one. So, yeah.